Hello, this is Dr. Sunil Mahagaukar, Faculty of Mechanical Engineering Department, Government Polytechnic, Mumbai. So, today I will continue the part of designing part, the socket and spigot joint, the last class. So, in the last class we studied the quarter joint, and in that I told you what is the difference between a knuckle joint and quarter joint. If the Generally, the knuckle joints are used in making the mechanisms. So wherever we want to have a relative motion between the two connecting members. So it transfers in both the joints will transfer the forces. Okay. So whether it is a tensile or compressive forces. But in case of knuckle joint, we will have a relative motion between the two connecting links. Whereas in case of quarter joint, we do not have any kind of relative motion. It is a fixed joint. Okay. So quarter pin is a rectangle. Okay. So here the stress which are developed in the quarter pin are it is called as crushing stress. Whereas in case of knuckle pin, it is called bearing stress. So only the difference is, so there we are using, there is a relative motion is there. That is the contact stress due to the relative motion. So that's why it is called bearing. And in case of quarter joint, we are taking as a, there is no relative motion. Hence it is called as a crushing stress. But the method of calculation of crushing stress in both the cases, crushing or bearing stresses, in both the cases it is same. So I think there is no difference in that. Okay. And apart from this, you have studied also what are the applications of the quarter joints. Okay. And in the designing part, we have learned how that diameter of the rod is designed. It is based on tensile failure. And after that, we switch over that is a D. Small d is the diameter. And then we switch over to the part of the spigot. That is the uh, inner diameter of the socket. Let us say d1, small d1, and also the small d1 is the diameter of the spigot. So that thing it is calculated by means of taking the tensile failure at the critical sections. So we found that the critical section is the where the quarter pin is inserted. So that section if we take it, so that is pi d1 square. If d1 is the diameter, so in that case pi d1 square by 4 into that one minus d1 into t. It's a rectangular slot that we have to deduct it, and that resulting area, that resisting area, it should be multiplied with the resisting stress. It is a tensile stress, and which is equal to the applied load. From that we can calculate d1. Okay, and after that we have calculated even that tensile. The other things are just we know the proportions also we learned, right? So let us. I will go in detail with the slides, so then you will come to know. Okay. So let us. We will go for the section here. Slideshow. So in the just last class is the failure. This thing we have completed, as I said, failure of the spigoting tension across the weaker section, as I said it. So this is the quarter we are inserting in the spigot, and this is the area we are going to get it. Area multiplied with stress, and T it is that is the thickness of the quarter is usually it is 0.31 times d1, and d1 is equal to, where the d1 is the diameter of the spigot, and it is 1.21 times the diameter of the rod end. So this rod end diameter is calculated by means of tensile calculator. Okay. So taking that one, the third point we had discussed, the quarter rod or the quarter in the crushing. So it may be the failure of the quarter. So generally we will just, as I said in the knuckle joint, the quarter is we are making it is it is not stronger than the spigot or this one. So if this is stronger, so then the wearing of the spigot or the socket takes place. So the replacement cost of the socket or the spigot is more than the quarter. So that's why we are not going for this. Okay. So that's why this quarter joint, it is weaker in strength in consideration with the spigot or the socket. Okay, so quarter of the rod is the failure of the rod or the quarter in crushing due to quarter or rod. So you can take, if you know both the things, you can check both the dimensions. So based on that, whichever is the dimension, whichever we are taking that one, so accordingly we can find out, we can design based on crushing. So quarter is in, it is in connect with the spigot. So and the quarter is also connected with the socket here, this part, right? Failure of the rod in crushing due to the quarter or the rod. So that means here I am taking this one, that is the spigot rod. Okay, so the dimension which is there, this is the circle and the area is d1 into t. So that is the crushing. So if you multiply the crushing stress d1 into t into crushing stress, so it is equal to the applied load. From this I can calculate. So just check the crushing stress and this should come less than the allowable crushing stress of the rod material. If you take for the rod, and it should come less than say, crushing stress of the quarter if you take the quarter material. Okay. And this thing we have studied, that is the proportions. So you try to remember these proportions. Wherever if you are knowing the proportion, you just putting those values and get the stress. Okay, and you have to check the stresses. Okay, so here this is the diameter d. We have to find it, and then once you find this diameter of the rod end, and then d1 is equal to 1.21 times d. d2 is what? That is the outside diameter of the socket, 1.75 times the d. d3 is collar diameter. Okay, so d4 is 2.4 d. d4 is d4. Which one is d4? This is the outer diameter of the socket collar. Okay, and then the thickness of the quarter is 0.31 into d. The mean width of the quarter is equal to 1.6 d, and the margins at left side as well as right side of the spigot A and C, which is equal to 0.75 times the diameter, and d1 is equal to, that is the thickness of the collar, spigot collar is equal to 0.45 d. So after this we will go for this thing I have to cover. We will start this working on failure of the socket in tension across the slot. See here, this is the figure. You just go through this figure, and this is the socket where this quarter is inserted. Okay, so now this quarter is subjected to a tensile load. It is subjected to a tensile load, and here if I take the cross section at this section, so what you are going to get is at the top section, if I take it, where this point at this section. So I think you are seeing this cursor, right? So here you will get completely a round solid section of pi by 4 d2 square or pi d2 square by 4, right? And if I consider this point at this section, so at this section it is socket section. So that is pi by 4 d2 square minus inside diameter is d1. So pi by 4 d2 square minus d1 square. This is the section at this point. And now if I take this section, whereas this one, at the quarter, where the quarter lies, at that section if you take it, it is pi by 4 d2 square minus d1 square is the total area, ring-like area you will get it, minus d2 minus d1. d2 is the outside diameter, d2 minus d1 into the thickness of the quarter. Okay, so try to you should get what is the exact how it's you are going to see it. If you are getting this figure immediately, so then you will come to know that yes, this is what we need, like that. Okay, so that is the outside diameter of the quarter is a socket is d2, and inside diameter is what, d1, right? So now if I take the section over here, it is we are not going to get this part. It is completely a ring-like structure you are going to get, isn't it? So here, there it will not fit. And here if I take at the section where the quarter is inserted, at that point if you take it, so at this point if I take it, so this is a d2 minus d1 into t. So this is the section where this becomes the weakest section, right? So that's why the failure at this section you are going to get, and this failure is due to the tensile stress, and hence what we are taking is sigma t. If sigma t is the allowable tensile stress of the material, if sigma t is the allowable tensile stress of the material, and that is SYT upon factor of safety, so then the area, resisting area multiplied by the stress is nothing but the applied load, right? So like this I can calculate the diameter d2 from this, or else you see here pi by 4 d2 square minus d1 square is this area, minus d2 minus d1 into t. It's a rectangle area, I have to direct it. So this is the net area you are going to get. So net area into sigma t, if you do it, so you will get the resisting load. That is, the resisting load is equal to the applied load, right? So from this I can, because d1 is known to you, I can find out d2, provided if sigma t, you are taking directly sigma t, or if you know the proportions, what are the proportions you are knowing? d2 is equal to 1.75 d. d2 is equal to 1.75 d, because d you are already calculated, and d1 is equal to 1.21 d. d1 is equal to 1.21 d, and d is equal to d1 upon 4. d is equal to d1 upon 4, or it is 0.31 times the diameter. 0.31 times the diameter. If you put those values over here and find out what is sigma t, and that should come less than allowable tensile stress. If it is there, so then whatever we are assuming, whatever the proportions we are taking, that is right. Simply writing the proportion is not the answer. After writing the proportion, you check it for the proportion. We have to check it for the stress, and that should come less than the allowable stress. So then I can say the design is we have finally found out the design. Is it clear to you? So the next one we will go for the failure of the quarter in shear. Okay. So now let us consider the quarter as I shown here. So there are two portions will be there. One portion, it is the middle portion, it will be in the spigot, whereas the top portion and bottom portion of the quarter, it will be in the socket. And if it is subjected to tensile, So if the quarter is weaker than the spigot and the socket, so definitely it is going to fail in shear, right? So it will have the two failures, one at the top and one at the bottom here. So that means here you are going to get the failure, right? So this is one failure, and at this junction, this another, and that area, whatever the area you get it. So this is B into T, right? If B is the breadth of this one, and T is the thickness. Thickness is equal to 0.31 times the diameter of the rod end, and P is equal to, so that value is there. So that B is equal to, again it is written here, B is equal to 1.6 times diameter D. Okay, so using this I can get the value of B. As you can use 2B into T. This is the two areas are there, so that's why the resisting area is 2. Okay, and then using that the force, applied force is equal to 2 times of B into T. If I do it here, you can get if you are knowing the proportion, you can use B and T over here. As I said, B is equal to 1.6 and T is equal to this. You can find what is tau s allowable, and that should come less than tau s allowable or permissible stress. Or else, if suppose if it is comes more than, if tau s is more than the sigma, that is tau s allowable, so in that case we have to design B with this. Okay, so find B with taking tau s value. So how we can take tau s value? As it is, as usual, it is 0.5 of SYT upon factor of safety. Okay, so it is based on maximum shear stress theory. So using that value, I can get it. So this is the same thing that is explained here. So you have to check the induced stress if you use the proportions, right? So this is the failure of quarter in shear. It is a double failure, double shear. Failure of the socket collar in crushing. So which is the socket? So this color which I have shown here, this is the socket, right? So this is the socket collar in crushing. Which is socket collar? This is socket collar, right? Socket collar in crushing, that means this area. This area, if I take it, the area it is in contact with this. So what will be that area? The quarter is in contact with socket. Here, see here, it is also in contact with this, but here, since at this point it is in contact, but this already we have taken, that is a socket spigot contact, so that we have already taken. So now this is socket, is quarter is in contact with socket collar, so that the dimension is this. So you can use here, this is D4 is the outside diameter. This dimension is outside diameter, it is D4, it is given here, right? So this thing D4, so that is D4, and minus this dimension, that is nothing but D1, right? So taking that value, so I can get this one, and now at the section of this, at the section where it is there, so this section, it is the crushing. This is the area we need to have. Not the whole area it is in contact. The quarter is in contact with this area only. So that's why the area of contact, it is nothing but D4 minus D1. It is the total length into the thickness is T. So this is the resisting area. So that resisting area is this multiplied by if sigma CR is the crushing stress of the socket due to the quarter or quarter due to the socket. You will get the two equations of the same thing. Only the crushing of crushing of the socket or crushing of this quarter, you will get it. From this equation, I can get what is D4. If you put the value of sigma CR, if I put the value of sigma CR crushing, it is usually strength divided by a factor of safety. So that is it is usually equal to SYT upon that is a sigma T tensile. Crushing stress is usually it's equal to sigma T. So taking that value, I can find out, or else whatever the given thing is there, you can find out. So we check this because D4, if we know the things with the proportion, it is mentioned here. D4 is equal to 2.4D, right? It is D4 is equal to 2.4D and D1 is equal to 1.31D. So substituting this one and T is equal to 0.31D. So we can find out what is sigma CR and that should come less than allowed. Or else we have to design D4. So either one of the thing we have to do it. If it is coming more than the crushing stress, so then we have to redesign the diameter D4 by using crushing failure. Okay. Next one is the failure of the socket end in shearing. Socket end. So this is this part. Socket end in shearing. So this is the socket. A socket रहेगा. The socket end will be of this one. So that means this dimension. So that C you are designing. It will be this will be failed over here. So if this see in this one, if this is spigot, it is holding what quarter, right? If quarter and spigot is very strong and this it is definitely here you are going to fail. ये जो area है ना ये fail, it may come out by tearing that one. Are you getting it? So just like as you studied these things in your knuckle joint, the failure of the fork or the failure of the eye in shear, the same way, one side of shear you will get it, the same side of the shear on the other side. So what is the area of the shear here you are going to have? That is that thing I can show it here. I can show it. See here, that is let us say you take this. What I am drawing? This is a collar, right? A collar है. Collar of what? Collar, socket collar. Socket collar. And further, this will have this thing that is so here. Right? This. So this area, this is here actually this is the position of the quarter. So this position of the quarter, this it comes out tearing like this. If quarter, if it tears out this area, this area I'm talking. So you will get this area on one side. The same area you will get it on the other side. So it may come out, the quarter, it may come out from this here by tearing this one. So by tearing this area. So that area I can get it, this is equal to D4, right? If D4 is the diameter and this is what D1. So in that case, so it is D4 minus D1 is the length. So here what you will get is D4, this is D4, and if this is D1, so this area I will get it. D4 minus D1 is this length, this plus this, right? This is D4 and this is D1 into this length is C. So this is a double. One is this, the second area is this. So that's why twice of this you are going to get it. So I think it is there or not, we will see it. So here twice of D4 minus D1 into C. Is it clear? So once after getting this, you can see if tau s is the allowable shear stress for what? The tau s is the allowable shear stress for not for the quarter, it is for the socket. So in that case, so this is very important. Here instead of a socket, if you take a quarter, you will get whatever the value is there. You are not going to get full marks for that, right? So you have to use the appropriate shear value for that particular object. So tau s I have to take it for the fork. Tau s for the socket collar or the socket, and if C is the thickness, so I can find out if I know what is D4 with the proportion. What is that? Is 2.4D and D2 D1. It is not D2. See here, it is not D2 here. It is D4 minus D1. So this value, जो भी value है ना, this value, it is here I entered correctly. So here I have to take it. So I have to take the correct value of this here. So D4 minus D1, I have to take this one, this value. So here, this is D1, diameter D1. So D4 minus D1 into tau s. So or else you are, if you are knowing this proportions, you just put it, find tau s, and that should come less than tau s allowable. And if it is not coming less than tau s, if it is more, so you find out D4 by taking tau s is equal to 0.SYT upon factor of safety. You take that allowable stress value and find the dimension D4. So this is 7. Now we will go for the 8, failure of the rod end in shear. Rod end in shear. So where is that rod? This is the rod end. So failure of the rod end in shear, if A is the area in the margin, sometimes it's called a margin, this one. So this area, this is the failure you are going to get it. If the quarter is stronger than the spigot, so this area of the spigot moved due to the quarter. See, consider here, this is again the collar into the, so just I am drawing the view of this. Okay. So here assume that there is a so this is the position of a quarter. So let us say if the quarter is strong, so this will come out like this. One area you will get it, the other area also you will get on this side. So this area is nothing but, if this length, what is this length? This is equal to A, right? And this length, it is nothing but the diameter d1. So one area, if I take it, so that is A into d1 is the one cross-sectional area of one side. It's a double shear on this side as well as on this. So it is twice of A into d1. So using this value, I can use it here. This is twice of A into d1 into tau s. So by putting the value of A is equal to 0.75 d and d1 is equal to 1.31 d, I can get what is that tau s value. Okay, so this value, find out tau s value, it should come less than tau s allowable stress. Again, the same thing, tau s allowable is nothing but tau s is 0.75, that is 0.5 divided by 0.5 of SYT upon factor of safety. So they should come less than this. Otherwise, we have to redesign. We have to redesign what? We have to redesign A, so that margin A can be calculated. Okay. So in the next this one, that is the failure of the spigot collar in crushing. Failure of the spigot collar, which is the spigot. It is here. This is the spigot. It is in contact. See, when it is subjected to a tensile load like here, right? So here you will get either on the left side or on the right side. You take anything. So don't take both. We have to take the spigot collar in crushing. So it is a spigot collar. Is this? This is the spigot, right? And this is the spigot rod end. So this already we have checked it. Now the spigot collar in crushing is this area. So the area which is the spigot collar area. So this collar, this spigot collar, it comes in contact with the collar of this, right? So this annular area, I have taken. What is this surface area you will get? What is the diameter here? D3, and this inside diameter is D1. So what you will get is pi by 4. D3 square is the total area minus this area, that is this thing I had to remove it. So that area is nothing but minus D1 square. So if I do it, so this is the contact area of the socket collar in contact with this. So by using this, I can get here D3 square minus D1 square into sigma CR, where sigma CR is the contact stress, crushing stress of the collar or the fork. You take any one of this one. So taking that value, I can find out D3. Okay, if you know sigma CR, I can find out D3, or else if you take D3 is equal to 1.5D, you just putting these values, D3 is equal to 1.5D. So D3 I can take is equal to 1.5D and D1 is equal to 1.31D. So I can we can check the stress. So this sigma CR, it should come less than the allowable. Or else we have to design D3. We have to find D3. This we have to find. Right? So this is the failure of the spigot collar in crushing. The area I have shown here, right? This is D3, D1. So failure of the spigot collar in shearing. Spigot collar, suppose this is subjected to the compressive and here it is going to fail. So that is at this reason. It may come out as a ring. This will come out as a ring of the collar. So this is the annular area. So this area, whatever the area you are getting inside area around this, it is the failure area of the shear. So that thing I can get it if pi d1, if d1 is the diameter. So if d1 is the diameter in that case, so this will come out as a ring, right? So if d1 is here, the diameter this d1 is there. So pi d1 is the distance of this, right? And inside diameter is, this is the length. This length is say equal to t1. So pi d1 into t1 is the circumferential length into the thickness, right? So pi d1 into t1 into tau s. So now you can put t1 is equal to 0.4 pi times d here and get tau s. Check the stress tau s. It should come less than tau s allowable. Or else, if it is coming more than this, so put the value of tau s here. Tau s, we have to put the value of tau s and find T1 from that. Okay. So collar thickness can be calculated by taking shear, by considering shear failure. Now the 11th one, that is the design of pin based on bending. It is just like a thing which you have done it in the pin joint in a case of knuckle joint. If sigma t is the allowable bending stress of the pin, then sigma b is equal to mb into c upon I, where c is equal to b upon 2 and I is equal to tb cube upon 12. Because it is not a square section, it is a rectangle section. So hence, so b is the neutral axis. So the length of that is b, and so b by 2 is nothing but the fiber, distance of the fiber from the neutral axis is b by 2. So since this dimension we are making as c, so I have to take that cube. So because it is subjected here, here I have shown this is the pin or the spotter. Okay, it is subjected to a load p, and this p is again I have to mark out the center line, right? Take the center line of this, and from the center line you take p by 2 on either side, right? So this distance, this distance is there. So this distance is nothing but it is d1, right? And the outer dimension, so this dimension is d4, right? So here this distance, see here the outer dimension, so this distance, it is d4, right? And this distance, so this is d1, right? So that's why here this will be d4 minus d1 is divide by 2. If you do it, you will get this distance, and this distance is again d4 minus d1 upon 2 is this distance, and this is the load, uniform distributed load P. So I will take the force, half of the force, that's here P by 2, it is acting at d1 upon 4. I will divide this one into 4 equal parts d1. So this is d1 1 by 4, 1 by 4. So it is d1 upon 4 is this distance from here, and this is distance is d4 minus d1 upon 2, and this is the base. And again I will assume that the distribution of the reaction is this is the resultant, the reaction, it will act at a distance of 1 upon 3 from the base. If base is some value, so 1 upon 3 correct, or else you can take 2 by 3 from this point. So here I have taken this 1 upon 3 of this distance, so that is 1 upon 3, because this distance is d4 minus d2 upon 2, so that's why it is 1 upon 3 of d4 minus d2 divided by 2, right? So that value is nothing but this is the distance, this distance is nothing but this. Okay, so now take the moment about this point. Taking the moment, what you will get is d4 minus d1, this is clockwise and this is anti-clockwise. I can take p by 2 into d4 minus d1 into 2 by 3 plus d1 upon 2. This is d1 upon 2, this distance plus this distance, minus this is anti-clockwise, p by 2 into d1 upon 4. So by summing up this one, we can get this mb value. Put the value of mb over here. Okay, put the value of mb at this point, and then c is equal to b by 2 and I is equal to tb cube upon 12. So after that you find what is bending stress, and this bending stress, it should come less than sigma b allowable. If it is not, if it is coming more than the bending stress, so hence in that case find dp, otherwise you have to find out the dp based on bending stress. Is it clear to you? So this is how we have to design the bending failure. So in the conclusion, we can say, keeping in view to enhance the life of the machine component, the discussions are made on the type of the quarter joints, functions of the quarter joint and its application. The designing and details of various values of the components used for the socket and spigot joints are discussed in detail, right? So I think we have covered a lot of designing part, that is knuckle joint as well as quarter joint. Okay, so in the, I think in the next class we can go for the turnbuckle. Turnbuckle is very simple. So if the time provides, I can make this one also, a video on that also. So it is not that big issue for that. But anyhow, this thing here, we have completed the design of quarter joint. Thank you.